So I record all that without that. Alright, hi, and welcome to a special episode of Retro Reviews! Today we'll be doing a homebrew game called Witch N Wiz. I had this video all done last night, and as I was rendering it, I had a technical issue crop up, and now my external hard drive where I stored most of everything I record got completely shot. So now I have to re-record everything, and I'm going to be doing it this way, because I had this all done and set up. And another little faux pas that happened was, I had the privilege to actually interview and talk with the developer of this game. Unfortunately, I forgot to hit record during the conversation, so we don't have that, which I wish I did. But before the interview, I actually sent him a list of 5 questions, basically the answer. It was basically the questions that I asked him on that, and I did a little bit of research on the developer, because in there he gave me the answers to those questions. He gave me his website to him. His website, and trust me, this guy has got 15 years of the developer of this. His name was Matt Hewson. He's out of Canada. He's based out of Canada. He's got 15 years of game development under his belt. And if you at the end of gameplay, I will go into the questions and answers, and talk a little bit more about the developer. But from now, let's do the gameplay. Alright. So, it's called Witch N Wiz. I'm playing on a keyboard, so for those of you that play on a keyboard, the index are your A and B buttons. Your directional pads are the directional buttons, and of course, your shift and start are select. So, you just press the button here, go to the game. It looks easy at the start, and trust me, it gets difficult. I'm gonna review the game as I play it. So, like I said, and I'll get a good in-depth review on this. Alright, so I made one stupid move. If you hit the A button, you can go back a level. Like that, go back one time, but you have to do it right after you make the move. You can't make the move and then realize you goofed up and after you made 2 other moves, because then you just have to restart the level. I played this game so many times that I've kind of narrowed my downtime to like at least 20 minutes of completion, of game completion. I'm not a speedrunner by any means, so... But I've pretty much got, things memorized, and that's kind of one of the things we talked about in the question and answer, and the thing is the fact that, so. Alright, this isn't his first, delve into game design, per se, and I've already made a boo-boo. So, if you hit the select button, it restarts the entire level. Alright, excuse me, I'm kind of a little bit getting cold, but that's from staying out and working on this. For that one out. That goes out. That, and you can walk, so you can stand on top of the ghosts, which I think is kind of nice. Go down here, that goes up there, go here, and voila. Alright, so this one's a little tricky. Those 2 ghosts out, that block there, go down here, you can walk on top of the cobwebs. Of course, that block there, then go back up here, move that block there, that one, go up the ladder, that goes out, go back down the ladder, back that goes out. And then this one, go down here, these two goes out, push this block all the way over there. And this goes out, push these two blocks here so you can get back on this ladder. Go down to here. Like, let's go out, but only push that bottom block out, leave that top one there. Go back up this ladder, all the way over here, knock that ghost out, fall down there, knock these two ghosts out, and knock the last ghost out. Alright, this is, what you want to do here is you want to go all the way down here and knock all these top ropes out. Go backwards there, knock that ghost out, all these bottom ghosts out, and then knock out this white ghost here. Go back on the ladder so you can do this. Ghost out, backtrack, push block over. Ghost out, back. Go back that way, push block in the hole. Knock that out, and we get the level. This one's a little bit tricky too. What you're going to do is push that down there. Go up these ladders. Don't knock that purple ghost out yet. Use that to walk over there to get this ghost, this ghost, this ghost. This ghost out, go here, push that there. What you're going to do is you're going to knock this ghost out. Then you go back up the ladder here. Now you can knock this ghost out. Go back down the ladders, cross over here, and knock this last ghost out. Alright, so you're going to push this block here. Go here, knock that out. Don't do that. You can backtrack enough. Back out that way, push that block in the hole. Knock that ghost out, don't worry about that block. Knock this ghost out, go up here, knock this out. Go back this way. If you fall, you can always just go back up the ladders. Knock this ghost out. This ghost out. This ghost out. Doesn't matter where you go. Go here. Go up here to knock this white ghost out. Go here. Go down here. Go down these two ladders. Knock this ghost out. This ghost out. And knock these last two out. Alright. To get these two, just all knock them out. Clear this cobweb out only. Clear this cobweb out only so you can walk on those two. Go all the way here. Push this block here. Backtrack a little bit down to here. And there, go on the ladder and push that right underneath that white ghost. Then you're going to go here. Push this block here. Knock cobweb out. Knock out these four ghosts. Go up the ladder. Knock this ghost out. Roll down over here. What you're going to do is you're going to knock that web out. Like that. And just keep going straight. Knock that out. And kind of do this. You're going to need that to get that last ghost. Okay. And done. Okay. Now we're at level 4-2, which is simply an introduction into the Mirror Witch. This tells you that knock those out. Now, we can't get that ghost that's above the bottom witch. So here's what we're gonna do. We can stack them. So we can knock that ghost out, go back on the ladder, take one of the witches up, and knock out this ghost. And this is simply just go straight bottom witch that way. As long as there's a wall where you're trying to go the direction, the one witch is not going to go. Then you're going to do is you're going to turn around and start pushing these blocks this way. Then because the white ghost is blocking the top witch from pushing that block any further, the bottom witch is just going to push her block forward, so the top block drops down, and voila. This is a little bit tricky. See? So you're gonna want you do want to clear this one. One step. Nope. That. Okay. Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna restart the level here. It's pause. Start pauses, select, restart the level. I don't know if I hit that too much. Alright, so. That's tough. Oh, almost had him. No. Oh yeah, he's in the wrong button, so. Alright, left again. Nope. Okay. I forgot what I did. There we go. Alright. Sorry for the multiple restarts on that one. So you're gonna just do this, knock those out, and out, and out. And what you're gonna do is knock these two ghosts out. But that witch don't ever fall down just yet, because in other words you're gonna screw yourself. Keep the top witch up on the ladder, move the bottom witch directly below her, drop the witch down, stack them, and count that. Alright. This one took me a while to figure out, but if you put bottom witch on the ladder, move that there, and move her there, then move that there, so now you get that. Put her there. That, and that. This is a little tricky level. It took me a while to figure this one out. So, if I were to just move that, try to move that block forward, the bottom was going to go right into that bottom hole down there, and be stuck. So, what you're going to do is you're going to move left 1, 2, 3, so the bottom witch is on the ladder. Then you're going to go, and then now you've got staggered enough where you can do this, so that's down there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to walk over this way again, take out that cobweb, stack the two witches. get over to that block and push it over. Keep the top witch into the ladders because you can ladder hop. Get in front of that one and push this block there. Now you're going to stack the two witches again. So the way to do that is to keep the bottom witch down where she's at. And so you can control the top witch. Go all the way over to here. Go up to the ladder. Go here. And go down there. Keep the top witch in the ladder. Okay? You want to move the bottom witch into that ladder. And keep her there. So that way you can move this witch in place on that ladder and up. Take this witch. That. So you can have it stacked. Grab that ghost. Have her fall down and grab that ghost. Okay. So now we're done with Mirror Witch, and we're going to now unlock the area to the wizard. Okay. Now I'm pressing X. I'm not sure, I can't remember what it is, but if you press X, if you're playing on your keyboard, it unlocks either the wizard or the witch, depending on how you're frozen. So what you want to do here is where it's quite simple. Just do that, push that over, unlock him, do that, and you're good to go. Alright. This one's other simple too. Unlock the wizard. Haven't pushed that because you can stand on top of each other as long as one or the other is frozen. You can is froze. You can stand on top of them. So I usually do it a different way, but I'm going to do it differently. So then what you're going to do then is unlock the witch. Have her grab that one. Unlock the wizard. Have her grab that one. So what you want to do here is you want to be able to at least put one or the other. I usually put the wizard in that hole. So you're going to unlock, you're going to get rid of that cobweb and go there and just go straight up. Unlock the wizard. So that one will go. Only the purple ghosts actually fall when whatever's holding them up is gone. The white ghost, that. Unlock the witch again. Grab these two ghosts. Go back up the ladder, use that block you knock down, and knock out that ghost. Alright, unlock the wizard first, go this way. Use the wizard, knock out that ghost, take that ghost, and put him in that hole. Unlock the witch. Wizard, grab that ghost. Do that, push that block into the hole, and knock those last two out. Okay, there's a little tricky one. So, use the witch to just do that, but do not push that block over yet. Do not push it at all. Alright, unlock him. Have him go later, knock out that ghost. Go here, I'll keep him in place there. You're going to do this. Move her in place on top of that web. Unlock there. Unlock that one. Knock those two out. Those two ghosts, knock those two out. Okay. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna keep her up there. You're gonna move him down. Push that there. Unlock her. Clear that web from the ladder and leave her there, because that's where she's gonna stand. So you're gonna do most of the heavy lifting in this level with the wizard. Back out these two ghosts. Go backtrack that way so you can push that block right there. Don't worry about that one ghost there, because you can need him, you'll get him last. Knock that one there. Go back up, knock that block there. And you're going to go back up here. Knock that ghost out. And then knock that one out. Alright. Unlock the wizard. Bring him all the way down here. Knock out these ghosts. Put him there. Alright. I'm just going to push that block there. It's not really going to matter most anyway. Unlock the witch. Grab that ghost. And then bring her down. And I got the last three. Alright, last level before we get to the final level of the game. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take the wizard. Don't worry about that white ghost there, because you're going to need him there to hold up that block. Throw that web out so that you can free the wizard and that. Bring him down here and just bring her down right about there. Take that one, so knock that web out, knock that ghost out, knock that ghost along the way. Walk on top of her. Okay? Go all the way up here and knock out these 3 ghosts right here first, in the side. Go down this ladder and put that web, knock out that ghost, and that ghost. Clear the web, do not knock the ghost out first. Put the wizard right about there. Unlock the witch. Put the witch right about there and freeze her. Knock out the white ghost first. Put him back on the ladder. Stand on top of the purple ghost. But knock out these 2 ghosts so you can then unlock the witch and unlock that ghost. And then what you're going to do here is just simply move them over. And that, my friends, is the end of Witch N Wiz. So, without further ado, let's end this with my review, and then I will then talk about the interview questions. So, how do I rate this game? I rate this with an A+. I'm going to review this game in 3 separate categories. I'm putting graphics and sound in one, playability in the other, and my overall opinion and feel of the game. Okay? Graphics and sound bring me back to when I'm sitting on my bed playing my Nintendo on that old dialed TV that my parents gave me so I could play games up in my bedroom back in my days as a youth. I love the graphics. I love the sound. In the interview I did with him, he said this was done with 64K of RAM, which was the amount that he originally did this game for the Pico 8 Fantasy system, where I think that uses 8K RAM. This is the first time he's entered anything into a competition, a game development competition. So he did enter this into the 2021 NES Code Development Competition. Playability, I categorize playability as the ability to pick up the game over and over again and still enjoy it. To me, this is not one of those games where you pick up the game and you play it straight through and you're like, okay, I'm done, and it's on a shelf if you had a physical copy of the game. This is one of those games where you just want to pick it up and play it. It reminds me of playing Mario Brothers. You make it to level 5-2 in Mario Brothers and you die. And you put the game down to take a break, and the next day you want to pick it up and see if you can make it past 5-2. And this is the same thing. So yeah, this game does have definite playability, definite replay value as well. This isn't the final version of the game. That he's doing a little bit more with it, but he wanted to just beta test enough so that he felt confident to enter into the NES Dev competition. And my overall feel, as I said, this game brings back that nostalgic feel where you're playing back to my days of playing 10, 11 years old, sitting on my bed with a controller with a crude little NES controller in my hand, connected to my NES front loader, popping the game in, hitting start, and just going at it till I beat the game. So let's go into the questions. Let me find my phone. That's where all my questions are. Hold on, I'm going to pause while I find my phone. Alright, I'm back. I found my phone. Voila. I'm going to actually pull up the questions, the document with the questions in it, it's easier to go off my phone. So if I look at my phone, it's because I'm reading off the questions. I had written up this whole thing about it that it was a good action that I actually did, and I realized that, I'm just going to do this. So I did my review. Alright, the interview questions. The basic ones. I asked him in the interview, which I wish I could have recorded so you could see it. It was really good, and he actually went in a little bit more detail on everything. But first of all, the developer's name is Sam Houston. He's from Canada, or based out of Canada. He has 15 years of game development experience under his belt. He's a professional game developer that does game development in his spare time. A little bit of background on him, because I went into his website and actually talked with him on Discord extensively through the beta testing and getting everything ready and stuff. So, for this video, he actually has, like I said, 15 years of game development experience. He's a professional game developer, to be exact. He was part of the development team for the Gears of War series, the Gears of War franchise. He's done development for, especially Gears 5. He's done development for for Dying Light, not Days of Light. He's done, he's worked with EA. He's currently working with Microsoft. So, the basic questions I did ask him, the first question asked was, what was the driving force to create retro-style games like Witch N Wiz? And his first game he made, which was a little kind of Tetris-type game called From Below, which I will probably be doing a little kind of video on that one, and a couple of the other ones. And he said because he was born in 1982, the NES was a huge part of his childhood, as it was of mine, and it's also a big part is just nostalgia. Like I said, he is a professional game developer, so when it comes to hobby development, it makes sense that he would go back to his favorite system of all time, which was the NES. And he said Witch N Wizard was heavily inspired by a series of games known as Pitman, or sometimes called Cat Rap. I've not played them. I'm assuming they came out in Canada or the UK. He said the Game Boy version was particularly a source of inspiration. He said he actually never played either of those two games prior to working on Witch N Wiz, but the artist he was working with at the time suggested that it would be a good game to riff on. The second question I asked is, knowing there were some limitations such as memory and such, to making a game that would actually fit on an NES card, how did you overcome those limitations? And he said, for the NES developer competition, Witch N Wiz, it hasn't been combo build for Witch N Wiz. It hasn't been too hard. The number of levels, complexity of gameplay, and graphics fit nicely within, like I said, the 64 kilobyte limit of the competition. And he said a user from the NASDAQ Discord actually lent him a hand on porting the game to the Action 53 mapper, the mapper that the competition card uses. And they said at the same time they implemented a little compression library for the graphics that helped him a lot as well. And then the third question asked is basically, how long did it take you to actually create this from concept to finished product, considering most well-known modern game developers are pushing out games at a rapid pace, making the games that have known bugs and glitches. And I'll just say, the current bane of most gamers right now, of course, is Cyberpunk 2077. When they first released that game out to the public, it was full of glitches and bugs that I'm waiting till they finally come up with a patched version of it before I even try it. But for this one, For his answer, he said, "It's a little hard to measure this one." He said, he originally built a version of Witch N Wiz for the Pico 8 Fantasy Council a few years ago. And he said that project took about 2 months. He said he started in his version around the time he shipped his first one he shipped from below, which was in November of 2020. And working earnestly on the NS Dev build for probably 2 months. And he kind of lost track of time after that. The fourth question was allowing people to volunteer to help with beta testing. Do you think it was something that helped with creating the final game? And he told me yes. He said the beta testing group found 100% game-breaking bugs within the first few hours of testing. And they said after this game after playing this game for so long, he had fallen into a pattern where he tended to play the game the exact same way every time. And he said this can lead to missing significant bugs and usability issues, and having a fresh set of eyes is really helpful for this. And he says it's also been really motivating to hear from people who generally seem to enjoy the game, which can really help get him through the times when development becomes a bit of a slog. Now, the final question, which was, I said, I was basically asking how he did in the competition, and I was hesitant to ask this one because the competition judging doesn't start until March 1st. So we won't know until March 1st. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back with him on March 1st, after March 1st, and when I get the actual answer to the actual answer to how he did, I will do an update video on that. And then in closing for this video, would I recommend this game to others who are retro game enthusiasts? And my answer is yes. I would most definitely recommend this game to those of you that love retro gaming such as I do. And you heard my review of it at the end of the gameplay. When I put in my final closing, in a time when big developers push out games just to cash and only to have releases with endless patches, they're only to have to release endless patches because dedicated gamers such as myself and others will find all the glitches and bugs in a game, and we will. This game was truly not the case. From the start to the very end of the game, this was an absolute joy to play, and it was an absolute blast to beta test and talk with the developer about the game as well. And of course, I'm going to put his social media, his Twitter link in there, which he does Twitter updates throughout it because he's still working on the game. Like I said, Beta 3, which was the version of the game he submitted to the competition, is not the final product of the game. So when I get the final product of the game, definitely expect to follow up with a review of that as well. I follow him on his Discord server and on his Twitter, so I do get updates on how the game is and what he's doing with it. Looks really, really good. And we'll also have a link to his links in the description to his itch.io page, which will have all of his homebrew games he's created so far, which will include Far From Below. Witch N Wiz will not be on there yet. It's not on there yet. He likes to challenge himself when he does create homebrew games. So at one point in time, a couple of years ago, he said he had challenged himself to create a game one day for an entire month. And so some of the games are kind of there just to do that, but that kind of pushes your challenge to see how quickly, see what your limitations are and everything else. I will have a link to his actual professional page, which will give more insight into him if you go into that. Trust me, you'll be surprised when you see that. So all those links will be down in the description, down below there. Again, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're notified of any further retro review episodes, especially homebrew games. If I get a hold of a homebrew game, I will most definitely do it. And I will also see if I get a hold of a developer, because some of them are not all big developers. Some of them are just hobbyists. This guy is a big developer with a homebrew hobby. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below if you have any games you want me to review for retro reviews, or if you have any questions you want me to ask the developer, because I will still be keeping contact with them via Discord. And so for that, I like to say peace out, stay frosty, have a great day, stay warm, and I will also give an update as to when he plans to release the actual physical copy of this game and how much it will be and where you can go to get it. Peace out, stay frosty, and have a great night. Bye now.